What's up, guys? It is Saturday, January 14th, and this is the crypto newsletter. So, right off the gate, BNY Mellon, what they said is ignoring crypto would be like sticking with paper and not adopting a computer. $43 trillion assets under management. Ain't that crazy? Like, BNY Mellon, like, coming out just saying basically for people that aren't taking notice of crypto, it's like you're going to be a caveman in a matter of a couple of years here. Because like we're in a new technological revolution, and ignoring it, just like if you were to ignore email, ignore computers, ignore everything else that had happened in the past 10 years, it's like sticking with paper. Now we're on to this new wave, the fourth industrial revolution, where ignoring crypto would be like, sticking with checks in a sense, right? So that's what they said, not what I said. BNY Mellon, 43 trillion, right? Crypto 2023, a focus on real world utility. Ripple. So let's see what they got to say. The arrival of a new year is often viewed as an opportunity for a reset or a fresh start. That sense of optimism is welcome in crypto as the industry settles from a roller coaster year. But it's also well-deserved as the negative headlines of 2022 clouded industry players that continue to make technological gains and maintain steady moves to the mainstream. So what does 2023 hold for crypto and blockchain? In a word, utility. This was the watchword of nearly every Ripple executive that weighed in with predictions for the year, from NFTs to CBDCs to sustainability. Most of the expectations for crypto this coming year involve its application for real-world utility. CBDCs and NFTs get real. Partly in reaction to the turmoil of 2022, Ripple, as VP of Engineering, expects to see a general shift in the marketplace from highly speculative companies to companies that harness crypto solutions to solve real-world problems and address unmet customer needs. He believes these are the companies that will reap long-term success. A focus on real-world applications will also help propel the coming age of CBDCs. Cindy Young says the potential for CBDCs to amplify the role of central banks and boost financial inclusion will lead more non-Eurozone European nations to announce CBDC pilots in 2023. VP of Central Bank Engagement James Wallace expects to see more CBDC pilot programs around the world in the year ahead, with an emphasis on interoperable CBDC solutions that enhance cross-border payments. This shift to utility extends to NFTs as well. While the first wave of NFTs centered around digital art and collectibles, there's already a nascent second wave exploring real-world use cases such as real estate and carbon markets. Huge markets, opportunity, man, is so big. David Schwartz says these type of applications that solve for efficiency and transparency and ownership will determine which use cases stick and whether NFTs are here to stay. Institutions double down on blockchain. Greater utility also lies at the root of continued institutional adoption of crypto and blockchain. Ripple SVP and Managing Director of APAC, Brooks Till, believes concerns around liquidity will continue to weed out the crypto companies that have relied on hype cycles, and compares this evolution to the dot-com bubble, which showed a similar case of rapid growth, inevitable crash, and industry maturation. Despite the market downturn, Cindy Young expects institutions to accelerate long-term adoption of crypto solutions because of the potential gains in efficiency, transparency, and speed. Banks and other large financial institutions will invest in new technologies with an expectation of realizing the benefits not in days and weeks, but in years. So we see the embrace of digital assets and blockchain continuing throughout 2023 and beyond. That has already been substantiated by firms like Barclays, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, MasterCard, Morgan Stanley, SBI, Visa, all pursuing blockchain-related projects from crypto custody and trading to payments and trade execution. The question for banks is no longer if they should have a crypto strategy, but rather what is that strategy and how do they plan to execute? Boy, we are headed into some good times. Greater impact and sustainability through crypto. Ripple's VP of Impact predicts that large non-governmental organizations, NGOs, will begin to integrate crypto into their programming to better serve the financially vulnerable, such as refugees, displaced persons, because it can function as a cross-border payment mechanism when traditional corridors are compromised or ineffective. Crypto's real-world utility also extends to impact-oriented and sustainability-oriented initiatives. This is playing out now in Ukraine, where more than 50 million in crypto donations have helped bolster relief efforts and supported its defense against Russia. Many of the world's top charities like Mercy Corps Feeding America accept cryptocurrency donations because it is faster and more effective alternative to international fiat transfers when time is of the essence. Crypto and blockchain are becoming increasingly important contributors to the fight against climate change, 2022 was a watershed year for crypto sustainability as the industry worked to reduce its own carbon footprint through the Ethereum merge and efforts like the Crypto Climate Accord and change the code that reduced Bitcoin's mining environmental impact. Innovative carbon removal companies like CarbonCure, Carbon Title, and New Light began to leverage blockchain to better track and sell carbon credits, and established companies stepped up with the significant financial commitments like Ripple's $100 million pledge to scale voluntary carbon markets and Hedera's $100 million sustainable impact fund. Weber said this momentum will only continue in 2023 with carbon markets emerging as a clear use case for blockchain and crypto, accelerating the shift toward a greener global economy, connecting the world to Web3. To help realize this utility and these impact goals, the team at Ripple expects 2 shifts to happen in the areas of training and development over the course of 2023. First, in response to corporate demand and an increasingly competitive talent pool, universities will begin to more explicitly prepare graduating students for careers in crypto and blockchain solutions. Ripple's SVP of Strategic Initiatives predicts that by 2025, at least half of all global universities will have incorporated blockchain, crypto, and Web3 into their core business and finance programs. We're not too far away from that, man. 2 years goes by fast. Second, the industry will prioritize customer experience, specifically bridging the worlds of crypto and fiat. He said that this is a major hurdle in crypto utility today, and that those companies able to master the on-ramps and off-ramps to crypto will earn a significant competitive advantage for years to come. Common sense policy changes. Of course, all this growth will prove unsustainable without further clarity on policy and regulation. They expect that regulators around the world will be more engaged in 2023, in particular such as Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain will push forward with new crypto frameworks for the region, while countries across Africa will make a strong pitch for how to maximize crypto solutions in service to their economies and citizens. You have growing consumer and business adoption of DeFi applications will motivate regulators like the Monetary Authority of Singapore and Japan's Financial Service Agency to press ahead with efforts initiated in 2022. Closer to home, General Counsel Stu Alderati expects to see the judge's decision in Ripple's ongoing case with the SEC in the first half of 2023, and one that is favorable to Ripple. He believes this will be the catalyst needed to push the US crypto industry forward and to stop businesses from offshoring their crypto work. First half of 2023. We fought this case on behalf of the entire crypto industry and American innovation so we can gain the regulatory clarity we desperately need for crypto innovation to flourish in the US. Susan Friedman, Ripple's Director of Policy, concurs, saying she hopes this year will be defined by a common sense policy approach in the US. She is encouraged by leaders on both sides of the aisle throughout Congress engaging on new legislative solutions that protect consumers, clarify control over spot markets, and properly classify tokens. Crypto market maturation. 2022 saw more than its fair share of collapse, like companies FTX, Celsius, Voyager, Three Arrows Capital, likely resulting in increased consolidation across the industry. Declining valuations and distressed assets will present opportunities to acquire capabilities and expertise that would otherwise require significant time and resources to build in-house. Young predicts that more crypto and blockchain firms will also be acquired by traditional finance service players and established companies from other sectors. She says that this increased consolidation is a sign of market maturation will lead to an overall healthier ecosystem. Ripple's veteran issued perhaps the boldest prediction for seeing the rise of the next Apple or Amazon in crypto solution. He believes that the crypto and economic challenges of the past year will force companies to refocus on their visions and customer needs, and that the industry will emphasize unparalleled customer experience as a result. To achieve any vision, a company must have a customer-obsessed culture, long-term focus, the courage to accept failure, and the willingness to double down when it sees customer delight, he explained. Ultimately, the entire Ripple team is optimistic that the crypto winter will give rise to a crypto spring, that 2022 will prove to have been a crucible year, with the industry emerging stronger and more focused on real world utility because of it. And you can see that shaping up. We're seeing it take place right now. That is big, so big. All right, now we have this from Ripple. It's estimated that 90% of central banks around the world are pursuing CBDC projects. Why? Let's dive into the benefits to learn more. Enhancing national competitiveness, increasing payment system efficiencies, and fostering innovation while developing new use cases are among the groundbreaking benefits CBDCs will bring to financial institutions. CBDCs can significantly increase financial inclusion because they can be distributed to any individual that has internet access through a computer, tablet, or smartphone. Discover the key stats to understand why financial institutions are optimistic about CBDC technology and its potential impacts on business, finance, and society. There you go. 85% of payment leaders at financial institutions globally think their country will launch a digital currency in the next 4 years, 85%. And then you have all these right here. So there we go. So now let's go to the next thing. Ripple wants the Hinman documents made public. So according to Ripple and the defendants, these documents are significant to the court's assessment of the parties' summary judgment applications. However, the SEC has yet to overcome substantial public access presumptions. Despite all this, the court now has the benefit of Ripple and the defendants reviewing the doc and identifying the significant relevance of statements made in the disputed memos. There we go. So they're trying to get these documents out. I would love to see them. The U.S. House Republicans have set up crypto committee to oversee shaky industry. The new subcommittee on digital assets, financial technology, and inclusion will be chaired by Representative French Hill. Let's see. The new subcommittee on digital assets, financial technology, and inclusion will be chaired by French Hill, who has investigated the viability of a CBDC. The vice chair of the subcommittee will be Representative Warren Davidson, who has also been active on crypto assets. The panel will be responsible for providing clear rules for federal regulators, as well as creating policies that allow fintech to reach underserved communities. We've got to respond to oversight and policymaking on a new asset class. There hasn't been a new asset class, man, since like the war bonds back in we're talking 80, 100 years ago. This is the opportunity of a lifetime we're in. So Ripple, Congress must examine the SEC's role in the recent crypto contagion. There's so much corruption around this, man. You can see basically like SEC Gensler was meeting up with FTX, and all of a sudden they couldn't have seen this coming. So they want the Congress to examine how the SEC played a role in letting this all unfold, right? So the chickens are coming home to roost as far as for the SEC. That's for sure. Now we have this, Nathan Price saying, global US dollar stablecoin network could encourage use of the dollar by making cross-border payments faster and cheaper, and it potentially could be deployed much faster with fewer downsides than a CBDC. Global US dollar stablecoin network. Vice Chair, Federal Reserve Vice Chair for Supervision, Randall K. Quarles. So this was in a document. So right there, RippleNet, IBM Worldwide Center Stablecoin Network. This is in September 7, 2021, Introduction of Ripple, New Forms of Digital Money, discussion paper. Then, so since XRP does not present any counterparty risk and does not grant the holder any claim against control over an issuer, the stablecoin holder does not have a clear claim of the underlying asset. To limit stablecoin issuance and related activities of redemption, maintenance of reserve assets, and is it insured? Okay. Yeah, so let's keep going. So we got the Year of the Rabbit, 2023, New Economist magazine with a rabbit and an X on the face. So the end of magical thinking, how Britain can build a better relationship with Europe. We're going to have to see kind of what the symbolism of the Year of the Rabbit could be and all this stuff. So let's keep going. We got this. Crypto in 1 Minute is back for day 2 with Rosie Rios, our girl Rosie Rios, Ripple's board member and 43rd Treasurer of the United States, who explained how blockchain technology will enhance global commerce. Take a look. So let's play it.
Can I do this in a minute? Only time will tell. Hi, I'm Rosie Rios, and this is Crypto in a Minute. So, the way I think about blockchain, it's a decentralized ledger. So how it records your transactions could be anything from, NFTs to real estate to art. And there are so many more applications that we don't even know are out there. So, as a great example, my son just started his own startup company, which is this crowdfunding portal for real estate on the blockchain. And when he explained it to me how it works, it really just opens up your eyes about all the other use cases that could be out there. And so when you have that type of kind of sophisticated technology. Think about how the world of technology has changed even in the last few years, right? Whether it's virtual reality, augmented reality, and now applied augmented reality in the metaverse. So I think that the prospects are out there. I just think it's so exciting to think about how this next generation even uses the blockchain and thinks about commerce. And I think there's just so much more to come. I did that in 59 seconds, just an FYI.
So that was our girl, Rosie Rios. So now let's go into the next one. We got Monica Long. So it's time to take ownership of your data. Hear from Ripple general manager in under 60 seconds how decentralized identity can give individuals a new power to control their personal and online data in a Web3 future. Let's hear it.
I think I can do it. I'm up for the challenge. My name is Monica Long, and this is Crypto in a Minute. Decentralized identity it's a big topic. There's a lot in there to unpack, but if I were to try to explain in a minute why I'm excited about decentralized identity, It's the idea that people can take back ownership of their identities. Today, we are all very much owned by big centralized Web 2 companies like Google and Facebook and Apple, etc. And I mean, those are the gates to pretty much anything that we do online or in the world. And in a Web 3 context with decentralized identity, I will now be able to take back ownership of my identity and all my information in a token that's transportable around the world and I can delegate access to. The other thing that I'm really excited about is I think this will blow open access to things like financial services for a lot of different people and increase financial inclusion. That was really hard.
There we go. Now we got this. So Twitter is working together with Stripe to allow tipping feature using virtual coins. Remember, Stripe is heavily tied up with Stellar. So Stellar is likely going to be powering this, and I'm going to do a deep dive on Stellar, or I may have already released one by this point, where we find the ties between Stripe and Stellar. So there we go. So now we got this. Go Gala Games. So Gala making moves, deleted a tweet announcing a partnership with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg. So basically I believe Gala is going to be like the top metaverse / gaming type of blockchain network out there. I believe that they're tied up with Songbird, like they're testing on Songbird. They're tied up with Flare. I believe they're tied up with Ripple as well too. I believe they're going to be the top dogs when it comes to like over Sandbox, over Decentraland. Gala is going to be the winner in my opinion. And then we have this. Is risk on trading back? Crypto notches rare rally, where we saw from the CPI data. Yeah, we know that cryptos are on the verge of really showing that the bottom is in. Then we had SEC, Gemini, Genesis, blended deposits, ran afoul of securities law. They got hit with they got charged with some violations. So Genesis is in the doghouse, same with Gemini as well too. We'll see what pans out from this. I don't think it'll have a big market impact, to be honest. Then Polygon's blockchain to undergo a hard fork. The schedule upgrade is for January 17th, and it will address gas spikes and chain reorganizations. I wonder if there's going to be like a new kind of coin airdrop for this. But if you have Polygon, then this is some news for you. So then in about a turn, crypto payments platform Wire secures funding. So Wire was saying that they were closing down. Now they receive funding to keep pushing forward. Citibank says Solana blockchain activity remains high. Active addresses and daily NFT trading volume have returned to levels last seen before the collapse of crypto exchange FTX. So they fully recovered. And Citi Research said that, however, several key metrics such as active addresses and daily NFT volume have returned to pre-FTX collapse levels, potentially indicating comfort from some users on the chain. Citi says developers have remained active on the blockchain as the tokens of a new project called Bonk were airdropped to Solana holders last week. An airdrop is when free tokens are sent to the wallet address. So I don't think Solana is the death of Solana. I feel like it will come back ripping in 2023. Bitcoin's volatility smile shows increased demand for bullish exposure. Bitcoin's volatility smile is a graphical representation of implied volatility or demand for options at different strike levels, and it's showing some bullish sentiment here. So, and that's what we've been seeing in the price. So there we go, guys. That is it. That's the crypto newsletter. I will see you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get updated in real time. Also, come join the Discord. I'll put the link in the bio for you to come join in there. Say what up. I'll say what up too. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.